Yo dog, Kenny Boucher here, Next Level Painting, hitting you up with another painting tutorial. We got part 2 of the Thunderwolves. It's been an exciting journey. They're actually done now, so I can start showing you some of the finished results in the video so you can see what we're working toward. But linking sneak peeks all over the social medias. Got the Twitters, the Instagrams, and of course Facebooks and the YouTubes. Please like, subscribe, blah to the blah blah blah, those things. It would be really awesome. Before I go too much further, got a couple of shout outs. Patrons from my Patreon page. Emil, thank you. Garrett, David, Clay Cruz. We got The Hod, one of my best friends of all time, and Chris, aka Thorgrim. Thank you guys. It has been so helpful for you guys, for me, from you guys. Thank you guys so much. Love it. Been able to bring the heat, upgraded the quality, got some lights, got all this new tech. You guys are making it possible to bring hobby back. Hashtag bringing hobby back, of course. Try to use that on the Twitters. We're trying to get that to trend. We're trying to create awareness in this community. Big news. Battle reports. The Long War. If you guys haven't heard, gotta go over there and check them out. They are crushing it. We just got done doing another 4 this weekend. Juice, Rob Bear, Austin, myself. We even, spoiler alert, some sneak peek stuff on the horizon. We may have even recorded an X-Wing game. You just have to wait and see. Anyway, check out thelongwar.net, the Hall of Veterans, today. Anyway, enough on all that. Let's just jump right into it. Let's do this thing. Thunderwolf Cavalry, part 2. Let's paint these saddles. We're going to start with my favorite colors of all time, burnt umber. Go on, do the base work, lay it on very liberally, very smooth, and obviously methodical. That's part of our method here. So I'm going to go through here real quick and just slap on this brown so we can work up to a lighter brown. I want to create like a really nurtured, leathery, tan hide kind of look, you know? And here's the first look at them all with their base color, that dark brown. Well, I can't tell you enough good things. Burnt umber is the truth. Buy it. It's amazing. So let's jump into the next step. We're going to take some of my favorite earth. It's just simply titled Earth. It's a great color. You can blend it with the burnt umber and you can create a fun little in-between color that kind of like does exactly what I was talking about. Gives you that leathery brown effect. I love it. It's not called snakebite leather, but it reminds me a lot of the old GW snakebite leather. Love this color combo. You're going to be rewarded for blending here, though. This is not a wash technique. Go in there, get the blends, get the transitions, and just take your time to box them out. You don't have to go too crazy because the guy will be sitting on the saddle. So don't waste a lot of time, but spend some time on it because people don't know this. So we're going to come in black, any black you want. I use Vallejo Air Black. And we're going to simply paint the nails and the noses and maybe even the eyes. Come through, paint them very methodically. It's paint by numbers. Don't get it all over the fur part, just the nails. Come through, blast it on. It looks really clean. I'm not going to waste your time by doing it 100 times in a row. You saw me do it. There they are. I promise you it happened. Let's jump into the next detail. The mouth. So you saw I used a little bit of Vallejo game color pink. I'm gonna get it to the correct consistency. Make sure to use a little bit of water here. Have a good detail brush, and basically paint the inside of their mouths with this color. Paint their tongues, paint their gums, paint the roofs of their mouths. Go in there and just paint it on, nice and liberal. Make sure you get that coverage. When you look in the mouth of this thing, you wanna make sure that there's nothing that's like gray or black from the primer. Paint it all pink. And don't worry about getting it on the teeth. There's a reason that we're doing the pink before the teeth. Because we can paint the teeth over the pink. You don't want to sit there and like carefully crop out the teeth when you didn't already paint them. Literally slap it on. It will save a crap load of time. And of course, I'm going to show you the Fenrising Wolves. Everything we're doing on the big dogs, we're doing on the little dogs. Paint their nails black, everything. you know? So next step, get some white. I'm using Vallejo Air White. And just go in there and paint the teeth pure white. Pure white. Get it nice and perfect. Cut out the pink that you slathered all over the place. And here's an example of what they should look like. Very simple. Do it on the little guys. I mean, you want to make sure that it's not a watery white. You want to make sure it's a very thick white because we're going to come back in and wash this. So you really want that antique look to be preserved. So, speaking of wash, go time. Showing you how to nug these details out. Use some of that earth shade. Go in there and liberally apply this to the inside of their mouth and their teeth. Don't let it pull up, you know, obviously, and be horrible looking. But definitely you want to make sure you get in all the little in-between areas of the teeth. You want to get on the tongue, and you want to get underneath the mouth. It will start to create a lot of definition here and look very realistic. After that dries, we're going to come through and paint all the metal areas. Obviously, I like the Vallejo Airline. Some of my favorite colors. So coming through, use it kind of in between detail brush here because you don't want to go with too big of a brush because you get in a habit of like moving too fast and it starts flecking the metallic flakes onto the fur and it will infuriate you because it will look like glitter on there and you won't be able to get it off. So be methodical on these big cybernetic sections. Paint them up very solid, very clean because we're going to rely heavily on a wash and then a dry brush. So as you can see, he's got other little metal implants. Go through and paint those too. Don't forget them. These guys actually have a ton of cybernetic implants hidden on them. 2-3 passes before I found them all. You can see building up the metals, looking clean. And now here is a custom wash. Non-oil and a little bit of that blue. Mainly non-oil though. So that way you get that black and blue steel look. Come on and definitely be liberal, but slow. You don't want to, same thing, you don't want to fleck that wash and splatter it all over the place. But you want to be liberal with it. But don't let it pull up, like I said. But definitely don't be scared to use it. Get it in the cracks, get it everywhere. Let it dry and create a nice weathered antiques, like just complete steel look. It is pivotal to the next step, which of course is the dry brush. So we're essentially start with a neutral metal, darken the metal, and then lighten the metal. That's the fundamentals of painting, essentially. Start, you know, can't tell you enough about it. You obviously watch these videos. I'm not going to sit here and tell you something I said 100 times before. But I will show you how to do it. Try to show you something new every video. And in this video, it is the black and blue steel look. So now let's grab Vallejo Air Silver. This is one of the brighter colors, and I'm going to dry brush this all up on these implants. And this is what's really going to drive home the effect. It's going to give it a very realistic effect. You would never know that it wasn't actually made out of metal. Anyway, that's it for today. All the details. Next one, we're going to start in on the riders. Thanks for checking that out, guys. Hopefully I'm holding your attention. We've got many more to come. We're hitting those details up. Eventually, we're going to have to hit up the riders because we've got the riders all separated. And the riders are very complex. We've got the heads on a separate sprue, the shoulder pads over here to the side. We got all the trim, all the stupid, overcomplicated stuff that Space Wolves are known for, and that's why we ultimately love them. Got tons of it. And the theme of this army is everyone's marked by the wolfen. So we got all these cool little werewolf heads. You know, we're going with the yellow shoulder pads. Some of that really striking bluish gray armor. A lot of things. Gold trims, reds, so much to come. You know, please stay tuned. And I'm going to drag this series out because it is just actually a lot of work. It took me a long time to get these Thunderwolves, and I'm really proud of them. Like I said, you can see them right here. I showed you some sneak peeks. There's 23 of them, as you know, and they are awesome. And here's another little sneak peek. Just filmed the battle report with them. Juice versus Austin. It is coming here. Veterans are going to see it in a few days. Everybody else, I guess, also sees it in a few days. Exclusive content is the name of the game. I'm sorry for slow rolling you guys. It looks like a nickel and diming scam, I guess, to some people, but I promise all I care about and Rob cares about and Juice cares about is bringing hobby back. We've been in this game so long with so much love. I had like probably a 3-hour talk this weekend with all the guys here while we were doing all these battle reports. And one of the things that kept coming up was the magic. Where's the magic in the tournament scene? Like, I remember in the late 90s, early 2000s, walking into a room and just like, it felt magical. Like the armies, the display boards, the pride people took, the hobby was in full force. That is not something I feel anymore. And I refuse to let this hobby die. I am fortunate enough to be in a position with Next Level Painting, lined up with Spiky Bits and Forge the Narrative and the Long War, our new thing. I'm going to do something about it. And you guys have already shown that you're down to do what you can. And it matters. Please check out thelongwar.net. That $5.99 a month, you don't even have to pay it until you try it for 7 days for free. If you don't think it's worth it, that's fine, man. Like, it's all good. Like, some people might not feel like they're getting their $5.99 out of it. But if you think it's even a little bit worth it, that $5.99 is helping us upgrade everything, making this content more digestible so that our message, which is the truth, bringing hobby back, the more digestible that message is, the more people we can hit, and we can bring this hobby back together. We can start running social events, like the old games days. We can do all these things, just little by little, we will get there. And you guys are making this thing happen. Thank you for hearing me today. And thanks for watching, players.